Hi, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of Society of Bosses. I'm your girl, Taisha Essie, and today we're going to have the most amazing show for you. So, to begin, I'm just so excited to have my first stream on Facebook. We have now converted over from Instagram over to Facebook, and this is going to be the perfect show yet. So, we're so excited for that. Today, we're going to be talking all about cannabis, and we're going to be talking about what does that mean. I know we've heard hemp, we've heard the word cannabis, we've heard the word marijuana, we've heard the word CBD. And what exactly does that mean? Okay. And what does that look like getting into that business? And what does an entrepreneur look like that's actually in the business? And what does that mean for you if you're interested in possibly getting into the business? So I'm about to bring on our guest. His name is Cartrell Irving Williams, but I call him Irvin. And without further ado, welcome Irvin to the stage. So I'm pulling him up right now. Boom! There he goes.
Welcome, welcome. Good
Hi,
evening,
Irv. How are
everybody.
you today?
I'm good. God bless. How you
That
doing?
That's awesome. That's awesome. I am so happy to finally have you on my show. I know I wanted to bring you on a show maybe about like a man, I've been telling you this for months.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a minute. We've been working hard, trying to make things happen in this lifetime.
Right,
But
right.
I'm excited tonight to be on the show.
And we are excited to have you here. So everyone knows about CBD oil for the most part, but for those that don't, can you just start by telling our guests who you are?
My name is Cartrell Irving Williams. A lot of people know me as Cartrell. A lot of people know me as Irving Williams. I've been in the CBD business for probably about 12 years. Um, The funny thing is, I was probably one of the original guys who really started knocking on psychiatrists, doctors, um, Arab stores, you name it. I was knocking on their doors years ago before it really started coming out. Um,
Right.
a good friend of mine, I mean, not a good friend of mine, somebody put me on by the name of Scott Giannotti, and he showed me the business. And I thought, being in the CBD business, it was like something like, all right, this is not gonna make no money. But as I started really studying it and getting involved with it, it became a pioneer of my game, and I never looked back. I love the marijuana game, and I'm gonna continue to be in the marijuana game as always. But the CBD business is like my go-to because it's one of those processes that we have to understand with our bodies that we need to really take care of. And this is, this type of product is the way to go.
So
Promise you
could
that.
you explain to the audience what exactly is CBD oil and how does it differ from um, the marijuana that has the actual THC for those that don't know?
Well, there's different components to CBD and there's different components to marijuana. Marijuana, which is THC, which is tetracannabinoid. It's psychoactive. So we have two sectors of our body. We got the sector one, which is our brain, and sector two, which is our immune system, which is called the endocannabinoid system. And I'll talk to you all about that later on as we speak about it. So when we use marijuana, which is the THC, which is the psychoactive side, it also have traces of CBD in it. So when you smoking marijuana, yeah, it might give you, yeah, it's getting you high, but certain traces of marijuana, depending on what you smoke, if it's sativa, if it's a hybrid, if it's an indica, you still feel those certain components that will, give you some body feeling too, body high also. So with CBD, it's on a whole type of different level because CBD yeah, it looks like marijuana, but 100% it doesn't get you high, which is non-psychoactive, and it
Okay.
goes into your immune system, which is our endocannabinoid system. So, for instance, if we have these high anxieties at work, or you have children, your children are screaming loud. Um, if you you know you going through some things in the morning and stuff like that. If you take CBD, whether if you smoke it, whether if you vape it, whether you tincture, which is under your tongue, you drop the oil under your tongue, whether you do edibles, um, it kind of relaxes you. It kind of takes the ease off you. It eases your tension. Not
Mm,
no doctors, nobody knows how why it does it, but because it goes into your system and it hits the endocannabinoid system and it takes these lipids and it just relaxes you. It's like a real relaxing feeling. And to me is real satisfying. Once I started using it and it started taking I had some serious back pains. And since I've been using it, it's been the most perfect thing in the morning for me throughout my day.
wow.
I don't have no more pains. And I want people to realize that this is not the process of you getting high. It's the opposite of you getting high. It's something of a body high that relaxes your body, that even strengthens your bones. So when you
Right.
use CBD, if you put CBD in bricks or something, it strengthens the bricks stronger. It
Yeah.
makes your bones stronger. So it's very important that people understand this when we use it. It's a plant. When we before this earth was when we came on this earth, we was eating plants. That's all it is. It's a process of
Yeah.
plants, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So
And
where I just want to let the people know a little bit about you a little bit and where you're from and how did you actually, fall into this? Like how did you fall into? So let's first start from where you from.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Hey, Brooklyn in the
Um,
house.
Brooklyn, New York. From Flatbush, I started from Vanderveer and then moved to Coney Island. So Coney Island is like my real stomping grounds. Grew up, played ball. Got a lot of beautiful friends in Coney Island. I love them all. It's like my brothers and sisters. You know, that's a small piece of Brooklyn that's all the way in the back, facing the Verrazano Bridge. But we got to appreciate each other. And, you know, that's just like any other place we all grew up in. You know, you get to appreciate your friends like I still do.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends I still sell my products to. There's not one day I don't preach this to people about using this because this pandemic is, you know, it's a wake up call that we're not paying attention to our bodies itself.
Yeah.
So if we don't pay attention to this, then maybe this will make you pay attention to because it's good, it's happening. You see
Yeah.
all these athletes is putting money, investing their money into this. You got guys, Dr. Z, you got all these guys, Don Lemon, my friend just told me, is producing all of these CBD products. But it's all about, you know, the love and a lab report so you'll know it's real CBD because not everybody's CBD is real, as you can see. And you know, it's important.
So
It's
you
very
just said
important.
something major. So we're jumping ahead of the interview, but you said not all CBD is real. Could you explain that and how could someone tell when they have real CBD versus when they have fake CBD?
Well, actually, 1 second.
Okay. So, guys, I'm so excited about this interview. I do. There are questions that I am definitely going to ask to help all of my entrepreneurs that are actually watching this stream. We are streaming from three different platforms, which we don't normally do. But I think that this interview will be able to help so many people, not only my entrepreneurs. So, okay.
So I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, if anybody in New York City or anywhere in the United States, I always say this, I learned this. When you go into a store and you ask for any CBD product, you make sure you ask for a certificate. This certificate right here will tell you everything that's in that CBD product. It will
Wow.
tell you how much marijuana. New York's regulation of marijuana is 0.3. I'll repeat that. 0.3.
23.
All right. That's the law in New York City
Somebody
to
put that in
have
the comments.
CBD in
Yeah.
your marijuana in your CBD. All right. So when you ask them for a lab report and they show you this lab report, you will see every ingredients on how they make it. And you ask questions. What is this? Why are you using, what is vegetable oil? And you could Google it also. It's common sense. It's very important. That's what I mean by real CBD. So when you go in a bodega and they don't have a lab report, why would you buy in a bodega?
Right.
Ask them for a lab report.
Right.
And that's how you'll know. That's how you'll witness what is real and what is not real. Any store, any smoke shop, ask them for a lab report. Why would somebody buy some CBD and they don't have a lab report to prove to it? Or it might be on the label of the product also. So there's a difference from that. It's either on the label of the product or they got to show you this report right here. And this is how you know what is real and what is not real. Even if police come into your facility and they ask, let me see your CBD, your lab reports, you show them this, they leave you alone. It's a
Wow.
difference.
Wow, that's interesting because I'm big on food, like making sure certain ingredients is not in my food. And if I would, I mean, I know you have CBD, but if I didn't know you and if I would have went inside of a store and purchased CBD, I would have never asked for that. Not at all. I would
No,
never even
because
knew that that
nobody
thing
really
existed.
realizes about that. And then when you use it and it don't work, then when I try to sell it to you, be like, well, I just bought it and it didn't really work. And I always
Yeah.
ask, did you ask for a lab report? And then like, well, no, I didn't ask for a lab report. Well, how would you know if it's CBD?
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people could be fooled. That's like going to China and buying something from China and you think it's, because it came from China, you think it's real, but it's not because
Right.
they got a label on it and saying CBD. No, the case is you ask for a lab report, you'll see the signatures, you'll know. You'll ask some questions. It'll come up on your phone. That's a good thing about smartphones. And you'll Google it and it'll have a trace on where the seed came from that was added into that bottle of CBD, or if you bought flour, or if you bought edibles, or if you bought vape. It all depends,
Right.
but it's always a trace. And that's the good thing about this. And that's the only respect that I have for the government because in their laws is a trace on everything, on every product line. So
Right.
for instance, when you see my product and you buy my product and you Google in on it, it will come out and my whole product line. It will come out that seed was came from Riverside Farm. Um, It'll also say where it's been made from. It'll also say when it was produced, and it'll
Right.
just give you a whole broad mass of what it does, you know.
Right.
And that's the fascinating thing about that.
So let's talk about business. Let's talk about your business, how you have a storefront, the CBD you sell. How did you get the idea to open up your store? What made you do that?
Well, what made me do it, I was hustling, and what I mean by hustling, when I first started doing this, like I told y'all, I was doing door to door. After a while, I started getting smarter. I started talking to grocery store owners, supermarket guys. Um, Started doing tables in these and these shows. The marijuana events, bringing my tattoo events. I started going to like they used to have these big sports events where they sell big sports drinks and all of that. I just started getting wiser, which is called as we call it, guerrilla marketing.
Right.
And I just noticed that CBD was really, really being recognized. So if I had a table doing CBD and I'm sitting there and I was like, wow, I made $4,000, $5,000 in 15 minutes selling my
Right.
CBD. I was like, if I had a store, damn, how much more money I could make.
Right.
And that's how I was thinking about it. And I just kept on going and I kept on going. Only thing is, when you first start a business like this, people got to know. Once people know where your store is and you know that you got great product and you giving them great information, because not every store give you great information. That's another thing. So
Right.
when you got great information and you know how to use the terminology and people understand what they're buying, and you clarifying what you've given them, it helps. And
Right.
that's what gets me over on that. And I'm happy about it. It's slow right now because of the coronavirus, but the website is better. So I like doing this. This will be better. Me being on I'm gonna start broadcasting a lot of my products and just showing people what it's doing, because New York City is a little bit harder to sell because they don't really understand it. They'd rather
Right.
you preach it to you, and sometimes it gets annoying because I
Yes.
always say if I preach it to you, you should always read what I preach to you, so
Right.
you'll understand more and more.
Right.
Because you never know if I'm telling you the truth. I might be just gift the gab so you could just buy my product and keep it moving. But
Right.
that's not how I think, because the stuff you come to my store and buy, it will you will leave with happiness. I
Right.
got a whole bunch of different stuff. I tell my friends, if you want to go to sleep, I got something to put you to sleep. You want to be focused for that day, I got something to make you focus. And it's great because all of the products that we use for CBD, there's no side effects. So
Right.
therefore, it's all health conscious. It's all artistic. Everything goes around this. It's all involved with art, being an artist.
Right.
And that's why I always approach people, especially artists, especially people, CEOs like you. You up here, you interviewing me. Sometimes you get nervous. Pop a
Right.
CBD pill. Now you not
So
nervous.
on that note, I want to say that for those that stay towards the end, if you have an issue with energy, we're gonna do a free giveaway, and we're gonna give away some energy pills. Um,
Yeah, we got
so
a couple. We're gonna give
yes, we
away
got a couple. So that's
focus, sleep. If you got sleeping problems, and we got Delta 8, which is great for autistic people who want to stay up, work all day, smile in people's face. This
yes.
stuff will make you happy all day.
So
You
we
know,
need the Delta 8. A lot of us need the Delta 8 because, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, that either you dealing with fear or you dealing with fatigue. And fatigue is a demon in itself. And it could, you finally, especially if you're working 9 to 5, you get home, you like, dang, I know I need to work on some things for myself, but I'm tired. Or if you have children, you want to work on some things for yourself, but you're tired. Okay, so I need you guys to make sure you stay to the end because we're going to do a giveaway. Okay, so let's talk about the plant. Um, I know you always take trips to California, dealing with the plant. Can you give us some information regarding the plant, or like how is that like dealing with a plant?
well, there's different aspects to growing plants, especially with CBD, whether it's indoor or outdoor. So, for instance, if you're growing a female plant, and it's beautiful actually, because when you see marijuana, you see those crystals on the marijuana. That's because the female plant spurs and the male plant spurs, and it just throws these spurs, and it's like God is collecting, and it just sprinkles
Wow,
onto that plant, and that's what really gets people, to that point, as I would say, that
wow.
psychoactive point.
The
I
God
mean,
crystal.
yeah, it's the way I watch my guys grow and the way I watch these guys make, they clone the plants, clone different brands. Because you see all these new brands that come out nowadays, especially in the marijuana industry. Before it was sour diesel, now they got cottonmouth. They got all of these different brands. And it's just, the genetics of it. These guys sit there and I give them, I give them props because nowadays people are paying attention to grow. It's
Right.
money out there in the market, but the money now is, you got to buy licenses to really grow. because
Right.
they're gonna stunt your growth in that nowadays. But you
Right.
do have some educated people out here that know how to grow, and I'm proud of them because that's the way to live.
Right.
Besides growing marijuana, growing CBD is very important, as I always tell people, because once you start learning how to grow it, then it's like, you know, you can help yourself. That's a health treat to yourself
Right.
because you could just put that in tea, brew it,
Right.
drink it. Your problems is, your problems is not solved, but you're comfortable. You won't
Right.
feel that pain. Trust me. I know that for a
So
fact.
what about the people on hand? So we're this is going like we're going further into the the interview, but I know that there's some people on here like Tia. Um, they're like really interested in the franchising part. So for those who are interested in franchising with you, what would that look like with them? Possibly
Well,
joining your team.
franchising with me is very easy and it's very simple, everybody. With me, you only need 15 grand to come in and franchise it. And that 15 grand will double your money. You get your storefront. You don't really need a gigantic storefront to franchise. That's first and foremost. If you have 700, 800 square feet, you don't really need too much unless you want some boutique like me. I got a boutique. So I like to have different products because I know what I'm talking about. So I talk to a lot of different farmers. I don't just sit back and watch the internet. I go to the farms, I shake hands, I try out the product, I give it to people. So I kind of understand the concept when clients come into my store and I already pinpoint and know where they serve them at because certain product is more expensive than the other product. So it's when you getting it from me, it's you're gonna get the best. You're gonna get some of the best. And I deal with a lot of people in California. I deal with a lot of people in Oregon. I deal with a lot of people in Denver. But my main people is in Oregon because I trust them. I got lot of good people in Oregon. But
Okay.
as I'm as the I'm get into this business and the more hands I shake, I started meeting more and more very intelligent scientists who starting to, they getting money, funded money, dead serious, 50 million, 100 million.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's amazed by me. I wish I was a scientist, but I'm not a scientist. I'm an educator in this business.
Right.
I educate people on why I'm in it, why I like it, why I'm in it to win it, should I say. So
And
there's a
that's
difference from that. These
sorry to
guys sit
cut you
there
off, Irv.
and
I'm
they
sorry to
put
cut
things
you off.
together. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I do want to say this. So you have a lot of people who would buy into like McDonald's and they would buy into franchise at McDonald's, buy
Right.
into franchise a 7-Eleven, and just to go to a McDonald's school, because they make you go through this college program, it's $100,000 just to buy in. Okay, that's what they're not talking about everything else that has to come with that. But you're saying in order to buy into franchising, with CBD, that's only $15,000, and you can make money because in order to deal with, for what I know, with dealing with cannabis or dealing with CBD, is that you don't necessarily have to be the grower in order to make money. You can
No.
you could transport it. With if you have a trucking company, I know that you could be a scientist. If you in the kitchen and you're a chef, you can, there's other ways to get into the business versus dealing with the plant. So if you're feeling like, oh, I don't, I want to get into this business, but I don't really want to deal with the plant, or I don't want to deal with the taxes that come along. He's telling you $15,000 could basically change your life and introduce you to something different, and for you to also help your community. So I just wanted to highlight that part.
Yeah, that's very important. And it's easy, it's simple. I'll teach you it. That's not a problem of teaching you it. And once you get the terminology and the understanding of it and the respect of the FDA rules, because certain things we can't say, um, which puzzles me, but so be it. Um, it's a lot of money you can make. Whether you got a barber shop, you got a nail salon, you can have a case and start preaching it. You will know when people start limping. and you ask them what's wrong, what's their problems, how can I help you? And this is your direction. This is how I learn. I'll be in the streets down the block. I can see somebody limp. I'm next to them, talking to them. I give them
Right.
my card. Next thing you know, they calling me. Next thing you know, I'm giving them some salt. Next thing you
Right.
know, they calling me back. Hey, I got another friend. I like what this was doing to me. She likes it. Word of mouth is powerful. And believe it or not, it's all about the right product. Like I always say, the right product, the right lab report, and we can rock and roll, and that's what I have. So that's why I say, if you if you want to get into this franchising, yes, my franchising is open because you're gonna get the right product. It's up to you to get the right space. I'm not gonna tell you where to put your store at. And you could come to my university because my university is simple. My university is you read up on what CBD does, and I'll teach you how to spit it. And it's common sense.
So we
And
have
you
some
can make money
questions.
in so many different ways with this. You can make money in having your own product line, like me. I'm about to come out with my own product line. So therefore, I'm gonna have it in 50,000 stores all over the world. You can make money in that side. Or
Yeah.
you can,
Yeah.
you can be a grower and
Yeah.
make hemp all day and be a
Yeah.
farmer and sell it to all the guys that's, like me in the shops.
Yep.
It's different processes that you can, become successful in this game. It's
Yeah.
open for everybody.
It's
Or like you
definitely
said,
open for everybody.
yeah,
I was thinking about, sorry, we was talking about, I remember you and I was talking about like different products, and just to throw some out there, like even things that haven't even been created yet. If you think about it, if people have bad feet, you think about insoles that have CBD oil, you know, in it, and how that can probably come through their feet to be able to help their body. Um, you name it, whatever you could think of. It's not a new product, but it's a new product that's hitting the market. So wherever you could think it could go, you probably could work on that and to create a product like that. I
that's right.
want to read some comments. So we have someone that says, if someone wanted to franchise in Florida, does it have to be legal within their state?
It's legal in Florida. It's people selling in Florida. It's very much legal in Florida. Tell her she can inbox me. We could talk. It's legal in
Okay.
Florida.
So Jamel says 15,000. How soon will I see a ROI? Well, that sounds like that depends on
It
you and
depends
your.
on you. It depends on your marketing scam, how you work it. You got to have your internet working. You got to have your Instagram. You got to have your Facebook. I mean, I'm not the genius in marketing. I spend some money for it now. You got to spend some money in your marketing, and it'll take off. Trust me, guys. You got to have faith in this business. It's not something where you jump on somebody's back and he's taking you there. You got to crawl before you walk, because once you do that, then you have the key to the success and making money in this. It'll just come off your mouth easy. You'll be sitting on a plane talking to a doctor. Next thing you know, you'll be selling your product line to a doctor. That's what I'm
Right,
about.
right. And the way the
I,
universe
I
works.
done, dentists got it in their offices, doctors, masseuse. It's there. So
Right.
you can't be scared of it. You just got to go out and do it.
So what does your typical day look like?
My typical day is I'll be on the nut. My store is not, because of the coronavirus situation. It's been less, but people do come in. But majority of the time, I'm always on the nut, pushing my product line, pushing
Right.
it, making people aware of what's going on. If you got anxieties, please reach out to me. I have tincture, I have vape, I have pills now. I have everything that can help y'all out. The most important thing in this life is that we always worry it. And we shouldn't worry when it's right in front of our face, the health. That's the worst thing.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like quitting?
Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, for the last
Sometimes.
couple of days, weeks, I've been scratching my head. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? I can't quit because years I've been on a plane, Y'all been watching me. Knapsack. I know this is my destiny. I swear to God, this is my destiny to do this. Everybody know me, who's been on my Facebook. I will not stop because I enjoy this. I enjoy to relieve people's pain and tension. I
Right.
enjoy that. It's a satisfaction to me. Even
Right.
though I'm taking your money, yes, I'm taking your money to build more because at the end of the day, what I want to do is I'm all about each one teach one. So I want to start bringing the younger generation into this learning because nobody don't want to be a police officer or a doctor no more. They can be into this. This is
Yeah.
a whole gigantic business right here. It's
Yeah.
like Amazon, but in a CBD world,
Right.
and I think of it like that, and the more we do it, the more people open up and get franchised, you pass it on to the younger
Right.
generation of franchise. And we just continue to do it, and that's what I'm about.
So, what is your greatest fear?
Um, my greatest fear is never satisfying the customer. He might want more and more and more. I might not have everything they need sometimes. But you can't everybody's system is not the same, so I can't satisfy everybody.
Right.
I know it works. But
Right.
my greatest fear is failing. And right now I'm not trying to fail. Sometimes I'll be feeling like waking up in the morning, damn, how I'm gonna make $1 out of this. And I don't look at it as failing. I just look at it as another stepping stone to making me stronger, building my business, building it, structuring it more and more. You know, this is not no overnight thing. It's been here for many, many, many years, but now that people's understanding it, and I'm I'm a because I'm West Coast, East Coast, so I'm always moving, and that's another thing. I take my business. I'm everywhere because I pay attention to what goes on in the communities. So
Right.
a lot of people needs this. This is very important. I want people to realize that even if you run in track, you take some CBD, it helps you. It helps regulate your heartbeat. This is important. This works, guys. That's all I can say. This really works. It's
So,
serious.
Jamel's back. Jamel says, okay, so maybe this better. Why spend 15,000 with you to franchise and not just go out and buy 15,000 worth of product and do it myself?
I mean, he could do it by himself, to be honest. No disrespect, Jay.
Yeah.
Um, the reason why I say you could do it with me because I'm gonna put you in a better place. Like I said, you're not gonna just get any CBD product. I'm gonna put you in a position where when you open up your store, you're gonna sell your CBD product. That's the difference between me and you just going out and buying other product. Like I said, everybody, you can
And
buy. There's
you've
a
been in this industry for years and you know so many people and
there's you, uh, there's so many different product lines that you can buy, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that might work and all of that. But I know it works. I know for a fact. I deal with some beautiful people that know they've been in this business for years that are scientists in this. So that's what you're gonna get from me. And I'm gonna make sure that your business works for you when they buy the product. So that's what you're gonna get out of me when you franchise from me. You're gonna get
right,
great product, you're gonna know your product line, and you're gonna make it happen.
right, right. So, what advice do you have for any entrepreneurs or people that are thinking about getting into the CBD business and they're still not sure? Do you have any advice for them?
Um, it's always a question mark when you get into this business because again, you don't know if what the FDA is going to prove, or how you're going to convince somebody if this CBD is marijuana, or how you're going to convince somebody to take it. It's all about, you got to do your research. I got into it because I know it works and I believe in it. And I also believe there's a lot of vegetarian, there's a lot of people that really knows the body, knows how to take care of the body. New York City is the only place, the hardest damn place to sell CBD.
Right.
Anywhere else is just easy because people pay attention to how they eat. We're one of the only states that really are follow the Western culture now is eating, which is a shame. All
Right.
these crazy restaurants are not really healthy. I'm sorry to
Right.
say that, but if we pay attention in what we put in our bodies, because CBD don't work just by itself. It's always a proper diet. It's always exercising. When you add all three together, then you'll see a better result on how CBD works.
Right.
People got to understand that. You can't just use CBD and then go to McDonald's and eat five Big Macs every day and then think CBD is going to work for you. All you're doing is overworking your body to cause a heart attack or whatever
Right.
because the CBD is trying to work with your endocannabinoid system, but then you got all this junk because you know McDonald's ain't what it say it is, and
Right.
it's just fighting. And once it starts fighting, it's just an explosion in your body. So we got to
Right.
pay attention to that, you know?
Yeah.
And that's
So,
what I mean when you do a franchise with me. It ain't all about CBD. We got to make people health conscious on why they buying CBD and what else they can use with the CBD products. And that's how you're going to be successful in you in selling and using your brand and selling in your stores. You got to educate them not just on the CBD by itself.
right. I'm so happy you came on my platform. For those that have stayed, not only do we have ask you guys a question to see who answered it correctly, and that's who will win the CBD product. But just to let you guys know, Cartrell is actually my cousin. That's my family, if you haven't noticed from the Williams last name. So I didn't want to say that in the beginning, but this is my family. And I'm so happy to have my family come and bless my platform, to come to enlighten you guys. He is the person you want to get to know, especially in the family and people outside the family. You know, his phone is always going off the hook, always ringing, and he's just that guy. So I'm just so happy and so grateful that you were able to come here and bless my platform and my audience.
It was a pleasure for everybody.
Thank you.
Anybody, if you want to understand this business a little bit more, reach out to me. You're welcome.
Yes,
Um,
please. I
my
will also
email,
post his
everything.
information up on all the platforms. All of his information, I will post it so you guys could contact him for a fact.
I'm
Even if
always
it's not for
open.
franchising, for products.
Yep, products. If your family have products, especially ladies, you have to understand something. We don't have those monthly problems.
I'm gonna
You
go get
guys
some.
have these monthly problems. CBD works. You must understand this. CBD works. It helps with your cramps. It helps. It regulates the blood. Please. I've been saying this a long time. Y'all guys think I'm playing. It helps. It will ease your pain. Trust me when I tell you this. Talk to me. I won't lie to you. Peace and love.
Okay, so guys, so now we're gonna start. We have three products that we're gonna give away, right? It's three of them. Okay,
No, you got
so
five, girl. One, two, three, four, five. You got
five.
five.
We're gonna give away five. So I
We
want you
got
guys to
two
know whoever.
focus. We got two sleeps, and we have one Delta 8.
Okay, so that's five products. So I'm gonna ask you guys some questions, and whoever answers the question correctly based on the interview today, um, I will send it out to you guys. So, well, Irv will send it to me, and I'll send it out to you guys. So let's start with, what is the New York City um rate of CBD? Is that right? Am I saying that
Yes.
correctly? Yes. Do you guys remember what the rate was?
And
Okay.
actually, you gotta say it in this way.
Okay.
How much THC is supposed to be in CBD?
There we
What
go.
is the rate of THC and CBD in New York City or in
In
the
New York.
United States? Because that is the compliance in the United States.
Right. Do you have another question that we could ask them?
Of course.
Okay.
What is the difference between THC and CBD?
Ah. So whoever writes that in the comments is gonna win some free CBD pills to either help you sleep better or to help you keep you up. So the one I know you mentioned a Delta 8.
Delta 8, I will explain what Delta 8 is. Delta 8 is like THC. It's the closest thing to THC. All right. So, for instance, Delta 8, what Delta 8 does is it works just like CBD, but a
Mm,
little bit stronger. So, Delta 8 helps inhabits glaucoma.
mm,
Delta 8 helps inhabit cancer. I mean,
mm.
excuse me, colon cancer. All right. Delta 8 helps with your arthritis, especially bad severe arthritis. Delta 8 really helps that because it makes a lot of people used to tell me, "Yo, why does this Delta 8 make me high?" It does make you feel like you high, but it's just working more stronger. It's a tolerance. It's a more stronger effect than CBD.
And you said that it keeps you up, right? It
It
keeps you
keeps you.
awake.
Delta 8 could keep you up, but Delta 8 is more could put you out,
Oh
make you
gosh.
sleep. If you got sleeping problems and you pop two Delta 8s, you're gonna go to sleep.
So we have a winner, but it says Facebook user, so they're actually not on my actual Facebook page. They're on the business page. So if you can write your name, and then I will contact you, and then I guess write your name and then contact me. Okay. Um. So I really don't have any more questions. Um. Marijuana medicine.
Well, I could tell you this, guys, because a lot of people don't understand why the flavors of marijuana and CBD, why these flavors happen. The reason why these flavors happen is because they call terpenes. Terpenes are the reason CBD, marijuana, whether it's hybrid, whether it's endo, or whether it's sativa. But terpenes is the reason why the smell happens. Because when they put the terpenes give off that mint smell. It gives off the lemon smell. It gives off the citrus smell. It's about
Wow.
200 to 300 different terpene plants. Or excuse me, I might be wrong. It might be 124 to 168 different terpene smells in the world. But they also are health benefits also in the body, terpene. It's not just a smell, but they also do other benefits in your body.
Have you ever
So
heard of turpentine?
I heard of turpentine.
And when you say
Turpentine is like what you take off paint and stuff like that.
yeah, but back in the days, people used to use it for health as well. So when you say
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
so when you say terpene and turpentine, it just makes me think how both of them are able to. So we have two winners so far. We have Brittany Howell. She said 0.03. And then we have Cartrell Williams.
Okay.
He says THC makes you feel, and CBD is for pain. It doesn't intoxicate you. That's a
Yep.
good answer.
Well, actually, another thing, guys, I'm sorry. I apologize for this. This is another thing, and this is why you can become really successful in this business. People don't realize CBD is an antidote. All right.
Mm.
I'm gonna repeat it one more time. CBD is an antidote, meaning if you are high or if you drunk and you put CBD under your tongue, or if you pop it, or if you drink CBD with water in it, whether it's 25 milligrams and up, guess what? It will take away your highness. It will snap you out of being drunk. You will still have the contents of the alcohol or the marijuana inside your body, yes. But guess what? You will not be drunk anymore. That's a proven fact. All
Wow.
right. So that's the difference from that. So if people, I have a pill also called the hangover, which is after you finish your drunkenness parties and you wake up in that morning, you got to go to work, you
Right.
pop two hangovers, you will wake up, you will snap out of that. And it has the ingredients of the hangover with
Wow.
CBD along with it. So, God is good when these product lines come out with help. No side effects, ladies and gentlemen. This is not pharmaceutical. This is the brain, science,
Right. God
Mother
made.
Nature. These guys stay in that camp and put it together.
Right.
They don't have to lie about their bodies and their systems. And
Right.
as research has been written. That's one thing. We have to do our research. Just don't pay attention to what I'm saying. You can do your own research.
Right. So if you guys have any questions for Irvin, please say it now. I know we have two winners and we have three more pills. So if we don't get nothing interesting, we might have to split the winners between those two people. So in the meantime, Irvin, how do you define success?
Say it again.
How do you define success?
Um, I define success by being wealthy in my category. What I mean by being wealthy is my meaning when I don't have to wake up and scratch my head how I'm paying bills and then I'm helping out everybody else. And that's how I
Right.
define success. When I can help not just myself, but everybody that's around me out and be happy, then I'm successful
That's
because
awesome.
I'm helping not just myself, but I'm helping the tribe of people become successful. And that's when my motivation is even more because now I'm just continuing on because what goes around comes around. It comes around 100 times more when you helping people out. So that's my success. So far so good. I have a lot of people who've been following me do, you know, practice this business, and I'm happy about it, and I want to continue on to do it more and
Right.
more.
Well, I guess that's the end of our interview. I just want to thank you once again for coming on this platform, dropping some knowledge bombs on us. I learned so much from you today. Um, like every time I talk to you, I learn so much from you. So once again, thank you so much. And you got to
You're
come back.
welcome, cuz.
You got
I
to
will
come
be.
back.
Next time we come back, we're gonna be on a yacht somewhere. And I
That's what
made
I'm
some
talking
money,
about.
serious
That's
money.
right. Sometimes people
You
got to
know,
see it to
we gotta keep
believe
it.
it.
We gotta keep it going. Everybody, don't be
Someone asked,
scared. Don't be afraid. You can always hit me up. You know I'm here. I would love to talk to y'all. It's not a problem. Um,
yeah.
does it work for free? Wait for free.
Does it work for weight loss?
Yes, we have pills that work that weight loss. Yes, tell them yes.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to send you all of his information so you guys can definitely, you know, email him, or I don't know what would be best for you. Would it be an email, a phone
They could
call?
email me. They could call me.
Okay.
Either or.
Wow. He's giving you guys his telephone number. That's big. So I'm gonna put all of his information so you guys can contact him and get the help that you need, from this wonderful product.
I'm
So
there.
thank you to Yeah. So thank you once again, cousin. Everyone else, don't go anywhere. I want to give you some scoop on who's joining us next. So I love you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Okay, guys. So hang on. Okay, so I am back, and I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining yet another episode of Society of Bosses. This week we have been on Facebook, and I'm just so excited about that. We talked a lot about cannabis franchising and how much it costs to get into something like this versus getting franchising with fast food companies. I want to talk about our next interviewee. So our next interviewee is someone else that I definitely look up to, and I will be interviewing them next Thursday. This Thursday that's coming up at 9 p.m. This is an author, an entrepreneur, a father, a husband, another man, and just to show you that there's so many men out here that are actually being trendsetters and are doing amazing things and relying mostly on their own work ethic and their own, mental stability and how they get things done. So come back. Make sure you guys come back. We're here every Tuesday, every Thursday at 9 p.m. And I will keep on bringing you all the goods, all of the good information. If you're an entrepreneur, to help you along the way. These are all case studies to give you a little push to let you know that you are not alone. You can do this. And every time you try to take one step forward, you have to know that there will always be opposition, but you must keep going and you must never quit. And if you want to quit, always inbox me. I got some great motivation for you. So once again, it's your girl Taisha Essie, and thank you for joining this live. And we're out.